Hello, and welcome to the Scott County Public Library Make It program. My name is Paula, and today I'm going to show you how to make what I call a Calico Pumpkin to put your Halloween candy in. First, let's get started on the list of supplies you're going to need. You're going to need a pumpkin, of course. This one is a little bit bigger than I wanted, but sometimes you have to go with whatever's available. You're going to need craft paint, pink, red, light orange, and yellow. You're going to need a sponge brush. This one is a 1 inch. That's what I prefer to work with, but you take whatever you're most comfortable with. You're going to need a regular size brush because you're going to fill in paint after you get the sponge brush part done. You're going to need some masking tape. This is 1/8 inch. I did order this. It's relatively inexpensive, and this has 60 yards, so that's more than what you're going to need. You're also going to need a pencil and a flexible measuring tape because you're going to have to measure around and vertically on the pumpkin to know where to put your tape at. So, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is wash your pumpkin off, and then you're going to dry it. Then you're going to cut off the top, take out the flesh and the seeds, discard them, and then you're ready to start taping. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take a piece of your masking tape, start at the top, and run it down toward the bottom, or close to the bottom. Then you're going to take a measuring tape, and you're going to mark off 1 inch from that vertical piece of tape. And you're going to run it down to the bottom as well. Now, as your tape gets closer to the bottom of the pumpkin, they're going to get closer together. Then you're going to take your measuring tape, measure another inch, and tape down. Then once you've got all your vertical tape up, you're going to take your measuring tape and you're going to mark down 1 inch. And that is where your horizontal tape is going to go. And you can either do this with the whole row or you can do it in segments, whichever is easiest for you. Then you're going to take your tape measure, measure down 1 more inch, and run your second piece of tape around the whole pumpkin. And when you get totally done taping your pumpkin, the picture that I'm going to show you is what it's going to look like.
There.
Okay, so once you've got your pumpkin all the way taped, it's time to start painting. What you're going to do is you're going to take your 4 colors of paint, and you're going to paint every other square a different color, leaving the natural orange pumpkin color for the in-between squares. Then when you get to the second row, you're going to start with the natural orange pumpkin and start every other one from there with the paint colors. Once you get your pumpkin all the way painted, you're going to let it dry, and then you're going to come back and take the tape off. Now I will say I did the upper half first and let it dry and came back and did the bottom. It's however you want to do it. Now once you get ready to take your tape off, you got to be very careful. I use glossy paint, and I found out the hard way that you can't just pull it off quickly or it takes the paint off. So you're going to want to hold your paint while you take the tape off. You can see right there some of that came off. Now once you've gotten your tape all the way off, and like I said, you want to hold it because it will save you time at the end. You're going to have gaps between your squares. So what you're going to do is go back with your little brush, and you're going to either come up with the paint square or go over, depending on which way you want to do it. And you're going to do that all the way around. Now because the bottom doesn't show, you don't have to go all the way to the bottom with doing that. It's just whatever you prefer. So once you get done with that, you're going to let that paint dry, and then you're going to be ready for the next step. So once you've got your paint dry, it's time to start filling your pumpkin in with candy. Now because I didn't always fill this whole thing with candy, I put plastic bags at the bottom, and I took bubble wrap and brought it up to about 3/4 of the top, and then I put candy in on top of that. And once the candy starts getting low, you just add more candy back to it. I want to thank you for attending our program today. Look for more programming on our website and in our calendar.